Hello everyone! We are so happy to celebrate the International Father's Day with you all today. We also like to take this opportunity to show our appreciation towards all fathers that truly take an important role in the family, yet they may not necessarily show feelings or share sentiments openly. In today's program, Fathers and Children exchange feelings and appreciation, inspiring us on one side of the father's role. Now, let's take a look at Jason's video, where he tells a lovely story of his daughter's interaction with him.
Hello, I'm Jason from the United States. I currently live in Taipei with my wife and our new daughter, June. We're still getting to know each other, so I don't pretend to be an expert on fatherhood or have very many out of the ordinary stories, but I thought I'd tell you a little about how me and June have been getting to know each other over the last 4 months. You know, it starts out with a baby that just has a lot to do. The feeding and the changing and the hospital and the coming home and the getting used to a brand new lifestyle. That's a big part of fatherhood at the first few months. We're pretty lucky. Partly we're lucky because of June. June, as you can see, is more peaceful and more calm than I think that I was expecting when she's proving me wrong. Look at that girl. So that's a little bit about fatherhood. As soon as you say something that you feel a little bit confident of, you're proven wrong. And you adjust and you keep going. June wants to be a talker. She wants to be a performer. She's looking forward to making lots of noises for you guys in the future. Really, when I think about the big picture, that there is no one piece of advice, there is no one thing that is the right thing to do. I think that the thing that has worked for us the best is do the next right thing. If you can do the next right thing, you're on the right track. For me, that means every day we spend time together. Every day we communicate. Every day I try to teach her something new. Every day I am 100% present with her. Oh, let's try a different position. How about? Maybe she's a little camera shy. It's her first time. So every day we have days like this. Every day she's looking around. Every day she's learning something new. Every day she's taking on a new capability. Every day she surprises me. Every day she wants to do something new. There she is. Every day, not in the same place. And you adjust and you keep going and you try your best and you forget about how tired you are and you try to do the next right decision. You try to do the next thing that's going to make her the little girl that she's trying so hard to become. It's my first Father's Day and I'm looking forward to it because, you know, it's not a small thing to have this responsibility. It's not a small thing to grow a baby. It's one of the biggest honors and the biggest responsibilities in my life. And I have to say, before she was born, I thought I was ready for that, but I'm really not. I am awed by the experience almost every day. And me and June are gonna spend Father's Day together, and for her it'll be a day just like every other day, I'm guessing. For me it'll be the first milestone in a long milestones of a lifelong relationship. And as much as I'm looking forward to this first one, I'm looking forward to all of the ones that are to come. Thanks for the opportunity.
I love you, Daddy.
Thank you, Jason, for sharing your love towards baby June. Being a new dad must be really difficult from what I imagine. Babies' unpredictable nature could be a test for a father's patience. I'm so impressed that Jason always tries to adjust himself to be a better father for baby June. In his own words, he takes every moment of his fatherhood as his biggest responsibilities and the glory of his life. Jason, you are the best father for June, undoubtedly. Next, let's enjoy Madeline's poem expressing her appreciation towards Dad.
Every day he comes back from work, every day he goes to work. He practices sports, sometimes with you. Can you guess who? Cooks, works are some things that he might do. But he does much more than just two. Drives you to places, spends time with you. Can you guess who? You love him and he loves you. Your love for him is very true. Even though he might be gone, your connection with him is still very strong. Guess who?
I love you, Daddy.
My takeaway of Madeline's poem is her recognition of Dad's various roles that had such a loving impact on her life, that she still feels a connection even when Dad's not around. I want to take this opportunity to share all of you about my father. To me, he always stands by my side and tries to use his experience to help me go through the tough moment when I felt frustrated. Thank you, Dad. Happy Father's Day. I wish that you can always stay younger and feel energy all the day. Next, let's invite Bobby from Nepal to share with us his love for his 3 daughters. I'm very touched by Bobby's unconditional love toward his precious daughters. One can easily pick up the devotion that Bobby has for his daughters between the lines in his poem. Now, let's enjoy the adorable picture of Lena Bear, a musician from Germany, and her story.
In this picture you can see my father, Lily the horse, and me. I really like this picture because my horse has been very much to me, and look at my father's face, how proud he is putting me on the horse. Dad is not the one who taught me how to ride horses, but he always supported it and sustained me in my life. Even though it's not always easy with one's parents, I know that my dad loves me, and he gave me so much strength on my way. Thank you, Father.
I love you, Daddy.
Thank you, Lena. The time freezes at the moment while the sweet memories carries on. Do you also have some nice memories from those times when you spent with your father? Why not take out those photo albums, sit down with Dad, and go through them together? That would be a very nice and unique way to celebrate your father. Next, we have Timothy Ogg, an environmental engineer who shares with us the story of his admirable father.
Hailing from the very small town of Idaville, Indiana, my father was quite the world traveler. This began during World War II, where he served in Europe with the U.S. Army, and continued when he joined the U.S. Foreign Service in 1951. Wayne was posted to some of the most interesting places: Panama, Cambodia, Taiwan and Vietnam. We often joke that he was actually the least likely CIA agent you could imagine. I like to believe his favorite posting was New Zealand, because that's where he picked me up, and my little sister as well. You see, after having 4 children of their own, my mother and father decided they wanted 2 more, and adopted an infant boy and girl from New Zealand. Oh, also, while in New Zealand, he was given the opportunity to go to the South Pole for 2 weeks in 1963. Not just the tip of Antarctica like so many do now, but the actual South Pole. Quite the feat. Dad retired to Ormond Beach, Florida in the early 70s, and set many goals, most of which involved traveling. He ultimately traveled to 86 countries, drove coast to coast across the U.S. many dozens of times, and visited all 3,033 counties and independent jurisdictions in the U.S. His other primary interest was genealogy, where he was instrumental in forming and leading the Ogle/Ogles Family Association. He's considered the father of the Ogle family genealogy. How does all this tie into me, his son? Well, I, as do my siblings, love to travel. I don't think I'll ever make it to more than 80 countries, or stand at the South Pole, but I will have been to every state in the U.S., after a cruise to Alaska this summer. My wife and son also love to travel, with 3 recent trips to New Zealand to sightsee, hike and mountain bike being the highlight. Dad also inspired a strong sense of family in me. I'm close with all of my siblings and Dad's wife Long, and spend time with them at every opportunity. I love my dad a lot and miss him greatly, but I'm also so thankful for all that he instilled in me.
I love you, Daddy.
Thank you, Timothy, for taking us along your father's footprints around the world. It's very touching that he extended his fatherly love to you and your sister, other than his own biological kids. Along his journey, passing by New Zealand, he is truly special and deserves everyone's respect. Timothy, your bond and love with your own family definitely reflects your father's legacy. Thank you. Lastly, let us invite Dave Workmuth, a retired department manager of the hospital, to tell us how his father inspired him.
My father was a farmer who worked very hard to provide for his family. I remember him getting up early to tend to the animals on the farm, and most days working past dark to take care of the farm. When I was about 10 years old, he realized that the farm could no longer financially support the growing family of 9 children, so he went to training to become a real estate agent, and built a very successful real estate career. He was the leader of our family, and a well-respected person in the community. He taught us the value of hard work and integrity, and that we should always be true to our word. He also instilled in us strong Christian values and how we should treat all people with love and respect. I have attempted to pass on these values to my children and grandchildren. I have always tried to be there for my children when they need me. It is very important to be at children's events, plays, sporting events, etc. And I tried to never miss any of their events. Also, as they have grown into adults and have their own lives and families, I have been able to help them whenever they have needed me.
Another example of family values passed down to the next generation by Dad: hardworking, integrity, truthfulness, love, and respect, which in turn have been passed down by Dad to his children and grandchildren. What an inspirational story! Thank you, Dad. Thank you all very much for joining us in celebrating Father's Day today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our program. See you next time. Bye.
Y luchaste por verme feliz. Tus consejos cambiaron mi vida. Tus ejemplos decían la verdad. Padre mío, no te dejaré. Cuando yo era niño me llevaba